evening, all my CEOs. How y'all doing out there in TV land? As I told y'all earlier today, I said I may have a guest here today. And guess what? I have a guest here today. And we have my boy Fran here. Fran, say hi to the peoples out there.
Hello, everyone.
So today, me and Fran sitting up and he chilling. I always wanted to do a segment with my shoes off. And I'm sitting here feeling... He got his shoes.
We don't walk into people's house with shoes on. I don't want nobody walking in my house with shoes on, so I do as I want done to me.
That's right.
That's it.
So I am so comfortable right now that I don't even know how to act. But moving right along. Like I said, I have my man Fran here, my boy. And he has a story to tell. So I'm going to start it this way, Fran. I want you to let the people know, the audience know where you came from, where you're at, and where you're going.
Okay, so my name is Fran. I was born and raised in East New York. I varied often in Browns from time to time, but originally I'm from East New York. In 1991, I had my first run-in with the law. Unfortunately, I shot two people, one person in the face, one in the leg. It was, in lack of better words, it was nonsense. It was some beef. The Bammers, I'm from the other side, and they happened to kill one of my friends. It was just a whole bunch of nonsense. We was all children. I was 16 years old. I got locked up, unfortunately. I'm getting bailed out. And about a year right after the fact, I got locked up again for two murders that I did not commit. But because I was already in that type of lifestyle, it wasn't hard for the officer to believe that I had something to do with the people who got murdered. I wound up getting sentenced to 51 years of life. I served 31 years and 11 days. By the grace of God, I was able to get my time reduced from 51 years of life to 31 years of life. I'm doing 31 years and 11 days. I was released in August 22nd, 2023. My 30th anniversary is coming up. God's willing, I'll be off life parole. I've been doing everything I'm supposed to be doing as far as like maintaining employment, maintaining residence, no police contact, working, volunteering my services. So God's willing, come this August, I will be off life parole and I will officially be free. Not partially free, but I have to report to nobody. I can move as I see fit. So I'm gonna give you a history of my family. I'm a first generation American. My mother is from Trinidad. She migrated to Aruba when she was about 9 or 10 years old. I can't remember the exact age she was, but she was still young. My father's from Suriname, which is Dutch Guyana, which is in South America. He migrated to Aruba when he was a baby. And, my mother and my father grew up there, went to school together. And my father used to run numbers, unbeknownst. Somebody just found this out not too long ago. He used to run numbers for his mother, and he used to always play the numbers. He used to always go to my mother's house, my grandmother's house, which is my mother's mother's house, to give her the numbers to play. And that's when him and my mother started, whatever they was doing. And they wound up, my father came to America in 1969. My mother came in my father came in 1967, my mother came in 1969. My older sister was born in 1972, I was born in 1974. Growing up in East New York and Brooklyn, it was conflicting for me because when you have West Indian parents, they deal with a West Indian culture.
Yes, they do.
And I'm in America, so there were certain things that I just couldn't understand, especially with American children. They'll ridicule you if your family wore certain clothing, if they had a certain accent. So it was like some sort of bullying going on. So from the inception of me being introduced into public school, I had to be on the defense because I wasn't the type of person to just take bullying too lightly. I was never a bully myself. I was never one of those guys that would start in trouble. I was always on the defense, and it led me on a path. So fast forward, my mother and my father wound up getting divorced when I was about 11, 12 years old. 12, 13 years old. And my father built our first home from scratch. I'm talking about scratch. It was our own home.
Nice.
And when they separated, it kind of like, it messed me up because I was always accustomed to having our own. I grew up with children who, they lived with several siblings and they had to share rooms and live in the projects. Fortunately, I didn't have to go through that. And when my parents got divorced, I was forced to move into my grandmother's apartment, which was me, my sister, and my grandmother and my mother. And me and my mother had to share bunk beds.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So going from having your own room, your backyard, your basement, your own personal space to run around with, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't want to be there. So every opportunity and chance I got, I went outside. You know, and if you think about in the 80s, when you go outside in the 80s, there was a lot of things that was going on out there.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely, yes.
Me being naive to a lot of things, you know, I was a kid. But I'm intrigued by certain things because with West Indian parents, they have this thing of you can't ask questions. Don't ask no questions. Just do as I say.
That's
and it goes like, you know, stay away from these people, stay away from these people, but never without an explanation as to why to stay away from them. And you know, as children, when your parents say you don't do something, you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Especially he's not explaining to you why to do it. And when they was telling me this, it was the guys that was getting money. It was the guys that was looking good. They had the Mercedes Benz, they had the jewelry. So it was like, stay away from them for what? Like, I don't see nothing wrong with these guys. You know what I'm saying? And being curious as a child, it led me to start getting involved in certain things, being around certain things. And when I got that exposure, I wanted to be in the streets. So anything that was going on the streets at the time, in the mid 80s, I was involved in. My first hustle was breaking video games. People used to overlook that. So us as kids, we was little rascals. So you used to have the old time ladies to pay numbers. But they would go into the machines and put dollars in there, $10 in there, $5 in there. And some of those number spots was like storefronts for drug dealers. So they really wasn't changing the machine. So the machines used to be having, I'm talking about $5,000-$6,000 in it. And we would go up in there and break them joints, and that's all hours, you know. So me and a couple of my friends, that was our first hustle, breaking video games. I sold fake crack. I never sold real crack. I can't stand drugs. I hate drugs. I can't because I had a cousin. I won't mention his name, but I had a cousin that one of the flyest dudes I think to this day, man. You know, I'm talking about fly. This dude had the waves. You know, he was a handsome dude. You know what I'm saying? We wore the British Walkers, the suede fronts, leather suits. He was just every can you could think of, every Pumas he had. All the girls in my neighborhood loved him. And he used to have all the jewelry, so I used to always idolize him. And he was dealing with a girl, and the girl told him, yo, try this. Introduced him to crack, and he wound up becoming a crackhead. That broke my heart. So I always told myself I would never sell drugs. But I wound up selling fake drugs just to get money. I just wanted money. Because I wanted to obtain some of the things I see my cousin with. And it went from that to actually robbing drug dealers. Because I just sit there and say, like, it makes no sense for me to be working for somebody, because if this guy goes in there, he's giving him the drugs, and then when he finishes with the drugs, he gives him the money, I'm gonna just wait for him and just rob him for the money. You know, and it was really unexpected because I was a kid. They wouldn't take me serious. You know what I'm saying? It's really kids. So like drug dealers was kind of like real relaxed, like that. They're looking out for the big dudes or everything, and I was getting a lot of guys like that. And that was my first line of graduation from breaking video games, selling fake crack, and other little rascal stuff. I couldn't never get into the boosting thing. I'm scared. I'm not sneaky. I don't know how to put something in my shirt and go. I can't do that. I'd rather go in the store. I'm robbing it. This is a stick up. You know what I'm saying? I can't. Because I can't I put something in my pocket and pray to God that I make that the door. So, I went through that, and then, like I told you earlier, in 1992, I wound up getting locked up with 2 murders. And I wound up, like I said, serving 31 years and 11 days. While I was in there, I did a lot of introspection. I did a lot of, like, soul searching. And some of the things that I did in there, some people may not be able to identify with that in society, or they may not be conducive, but isolation was something that I found peace in. Me as a person, I'm not radical with myself. You know, there's people in the world that they can't be with themselves, right?
That's true.
They can't deal with isolation. They have to have somebody around. I did over 10 years in solitary confinement, off and on, 3 years, 18 months.
Right.
You know, so I was content and cool with being by myself.
Right.
And I used to talk to myself. And some people may frown upon and say, you crazy. No,
you're not.
If I speak to you, I can speak to myself. What makes you more
absolutely
valuable than me?
Absolutely.
Right? And I used to sometimes even answer myself, because I'm going to give you an example of what I mean by talking to myself. So I'm going to fast forward a little bit. When I came home, I was doing HVAC training. I was in Queens going to York College for the HVAC training. Then from there, when you graduate from that level, you go to the YMCA to actually do the actual physical training, which is you gotta build out a room, you gotta put the insulation in, you gotta do all stuff. So one day I got off the J train, and as I'm walking down the street, I seen a crowd of little young dudes, around the age of 17, 18, you know, within that age, they was young dudes, right? And I said to myself, damn, when I was this age, what was I doing back then? You know, my posse would have slapped a dude in his head, or one of my friends, like my man Pop, he was a troublemaker. And if he got into something, I would get into
You
something.
get into something.
So when I was walking there, I was having this conversation in my head, was just talking to myself. I said, "Your friend just crossed the street." So and I'm gonna go back a little bit later on too. But some people would say, "Why cross the street?" Especially where I come from. I've been around some things, and I've done some things. I'm not a coward.
Right.
But I had to have this conversation and say, is it worth rolling the dice? To walk over there, the possibility of one kid say something to do something, wherever they may go.
Yes.
Well, okay, what if you might not want him? What if they plot a gun now? Now you remember somebody get killed.
Yeah.
Or what if they do plot a gun, you get to struggle and you take the gun from them and then you want to use it, now you're back in jail. So I crossed the street, I went over about my business and I went back. And I felt good about that.
Right.
Reason being is because there was a time where I would have had the attitude, I'm going over there. I'm not crossing the street.
Right.
But I had to say that that's something I use since I've been out here to navigate.
Right.
Because I'm coming into a world that I don't know anything about.
Right.
So they have a term that says, you're getting reacclimated. I'm not getting reacclimated to society. I'm getting acclimated. What I mean by that is that if I did 5-6 years, I'm not too far removed from society.
Right.
So when I come back out, I would be getting reacclimated.
Gotcha.
And you do over 3 decades,
Yeah.
you're not getting reacclimated to nothing.
That's right.
This what is that? This wasn't even in existence when I got locked up. So I can't get reacclimated to this. I'm getting acclimated to this. The way of the world with the cameras and everything that's going on, I'm getting acclimated. So it's not easy, but I'm doing it, right?
Okay.
But I have to have this conversation with myself. And the reason why I say speaking to myself was good, because it allowed me to process things, right?
Right.
And I developed a foresight, because sometimes you see a lot of people. I have good friends that are back in prison.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have those conversations with themselves.
Yeah.
They would walk down that same side of the street and get into an altercation when they're 40-something years old with an 18-year-old kid.
That's right.
And some of them killed for an 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Because that's where they come from.
That's where they come from.
And my thing was, for me, it would have been simple to cross the street.
That's right. Well, I think you did the right thing.
Yes.
I know you did the right thing, because nowadays, the way these kids are acting, you understand what I'm saying to you? It's just a whole different world. They looking to hurt somebody. They looking to rob somebody. They looking to do something just to get a name. So, there was one time I was out, and it was me and my cousin. And I said to him, I said, listen, let's go that way. And he was like, yo, my nickname is Ducky.
Yeah.
So he was like, yo, Ducky, what you doing? I said, yo, listen, that right there ain't what you want.
Yeah.
And this ain't what we need right now. I got to get home.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So he just going, I said, so you know what? Because you going back and forth. So that means you looking for something that I ain't. Yeah. So you take your ass on that away and I'm going this way. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because I love my life. And I'm not willing to jeopardize that. You better know it. So I'm not willing to jeopardize it. He said, all right. But just to know that I had to have that conversation, that back and forth, made me realize we can't go nowhere together no more, cuz.
Yes.
That's a wrap. It's over.
Yes.
I'll see you at the family function. Yeah. But as far as me and you we're not doing that.
Yeah, you have to protect yourself at all costs. Sometimes people may not have got to a level of maturity yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People may not have got to a stage of valuing their lives, because there was times where, I'm going to give you another example in regards to valuing your life. So I have an older sister that I mentioned earlier. We used to have like little hood parties, right? And I know what goes on in these hood parties. Dudes just trying to go in the back room, girls, people come, they're shooting that shit up, don't care what's what. And I would come into a party, I see my sister there, I'm dragging her out of here. She's older than me. Yes. And she's yelling, I'm telling Mom, I don't care who you tell, you getting the fuck out of here. Excuse my language. You getting up out of here. And I would stay there. But the thing with that I realized when I was even in prison, I was like, yo, I didn't value myself at that time. Because if it wasn't safe for my sister to be there, it wasn't safe for me to be there.
Absolutely.
But I would still subject myself to that type of danger because I didn't really understand the value that I had. And I thank God that I was able to go through what I went through and still have my sanity. Because one thing I want to make sure I put emphasis on about the street code, about prison, it fucks us up, right? Yes. It fucks us up. It desensitizes us. It hardens us. I mean, it really, it's so many ways. Like, so people used to be concerned with me, like, you're in prison, the beef. I said, listen, bro, I'm past the stage of beef and worrying about somebody stabbing me. I don't care about that. I got 1,000 cuts and stabs. I've been through that, and I cut and stab people. I'm past that. My concern is my sanity.
That's right.
Because you can lose yourself in there.
That's right.
Right? You got dudes in there on drugs. And I'm talking about, they was never on drugs before. They sniffing heroin, they taking pills, whatever they can do. You got dudes in there with solid dudes. They rats now. They on their stomach, they crawling around. You got dudes they love women, they gay. They want to become homo, excuse my language.
No, you keeping it real.
Right? Because they couldn't deal with the pressure of that environment. Right? So these are things that you have to concern yourself with when you start doing it. You get past 10 years, you get past 20 years. You start concerning yourself with your mental.
Let me ask you a question. Do you, okay, like you said, you've been home since 23?
Yes, I'm going on 3 years.
3 years. When you doing all that time, do you feel like when people come out of being incarcerated, do you think they need to go to therapy behind any of that, or how do you feel?
So. Therapy is definitely necessary. So I'm gonna give you my personal perspective of therapy for me.
Okay.
Right, that I use and that's good for me. Right. So a general therapist for us won't work for us.
Okay.
And reason being, like, because people tell you, I had back and forth about this. A therapist is just to listen to you and then give you advice on what to do. It's not for you. It's not for them to give you. I said, first of all, I can't speak to somebody and think they're gonna give me some type of good feedback if they haven't lived the life that I lived. They haven't been through what I've been through. So my personal therapists are my OGs. At their time has been out here for 10, 15, 20 years. That's been successful.
Okay.
And successful doesn't necessarily mean they got a whole bunch of money.
Exactly.
They navigated this system. They navigated society. They ain't get back in trouble. They ain't selling drugs. They own legit businesses that's thriving. So I go to them and say, yo, when you got home, what you going through? I went through that. And they give me their advice on what to do. And I take heed to it because they have the lived experience. So those are my therapists.
Okay.
Those are my therapists.
I respect that.
I got one brother, man, you know, he's well known out here in Brooklyn. He's an animal on the beach, right? This is my bro.
Okay.
Derek Hamilton, Bush.
Okay.
Right? So this is a guy that I always go to.
Okay.
Right? Because he simplified things, right? People have a personal opinion about him, but the way that dude brain works is different.
Okay.
That dude has a GED. He teaches law students in Cardozo School of Law.
Oh, wow. Wow.
With a GED.
That's amazing.
So I'm just letting you know what type of mind this dude has. Judges, DAs, professors, deans, and prominent law schools respect his mind.
Well, God bless him.
So anytime I go through something,
good choice.
hey, what's going on here, man? And I asked him something one time, right? So I currently work as a youth counselor.
Okay.
In a juvenile facility. I'm a youth counselor, I'm a fair future coach, and I'm a transporter. And it's all dealing with juveniles, right? Taking them to court. I just came from that school program.
I'm glad you're talking about that because I was just going to ask you, where you at now?
Oh yeah, so I'm a youth counselor. I'm gonna get into where I want to go. I'm a youth counselor, and the reason why I took on that position, and it's not easy.
I'm sure.
It's extremely difficult when you're dealing with these kids.
I'm sure.
To the point where a couple of months ago, I walked off my job. Reason being is because I still have a beast in me, right?
Okay.
There's no such thing as you can kill a beast. You can contain a beast, right?
That's right.
And I'm aware of it. So I can take little kids telling me S&D, use a bitch, even possibly putting their hands on me. Because I just tussle with them. I've been through fights before. I don't have an issue with that. But a kid spit in one of my coworkers' face. And that's the same thing I said. I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it was in my brain. It was like, yo, like, I don't know if I could, I may go back in jail. So my mom saying, I don't want to go back to jail. I need my money though. But I said, what's wrong? I said, fuck this job. I'll give you another job. You know what I'm saying? So when the incident happened,
right.
I was off for 2 days. When I came back, one of the kids was acting crazy. And the only thing I kept on thinking in my head was, they spit in my coworker face. So when he was going on, I said, man, let me buy this week. I said, I'm going home, bro. So I said, I'm getting the fuck out of here, bro. And as soon as I got out of there, I called my mom. I said, Mom, look, I quit. I said, what you mean? I said, I walked out. I said, I'm coming. She said, what happened? I said, Mom, I ain't going back to jail.
That's right.
So
you know what your breaking point was.
No, but not just that. It's not worth it for me.
It's not worth it. Right.
I know I'm there to take care of the kids and look out for the kids, but I'm a human being.
That's right.
And I know my history. Right? Spitting in somebody's face is one of the most degrading things you can do to
My
another
God.
human being.
Yes, it is.
So it's like,
Yes, it
I
is.
would rather him slap me.
That, I know that's
I'm not gonna touch it with him, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You spit in my face, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll be honest with you. I was scared of it.
Yeah.
And that's why the next day, because of my work ethics, my boss called me and was like, yo, we ain't letting you go. You did that. We'd rather you walk off than to put your hands on these kids. But you did walk off. So these are your options that you have. We can get you transferred or you can come back. I said, I ain't coming back. I said, my mom, I'm not
You ain't going back.
Nah, because I have to protect
You ain't
myself.
going back because you don't want to go back.
I had to protect
That's
myself.
right. Yeah.
So now I have a choice. I can go back. Now if something goes wrong, who I'm gonna go blame? Myself.
Yeah.
So I said, nah, I would rather figure out how to get another job. And one thing, I'm responsible for my money. So even when I was working, right, full time and overtime, I hate spending my money. I would rather use my money to get something or do something to make more money and spend whatever I got over that and save my money. I like my money to make money. If it ain't making no money, I don't want to spend my money. So I was able to put some money to the side. So even though I woke up my job, I was still able to pay my rent, pay my car note, pay my insurance. I was responsible for my money. I don't live paycheck to paycheck.
Okay.
It makes no sense to me.
Okay.
So, but the next day my boss called me and said, yo, these are your options. You know, you can either get transferred or you might come back and come back. You go work something out because we don't let you go because you're a good asset. They made some moves, but we can't transfer you. What you gonna do? I said, I mean, clearly, I'm not coming back. I don't want to do that though. I don't want to terminate you. Do what you have to do. I ain't coming back. So they made some moderation. They want to make me a transporter, and I said if they're a future coach. So now what I do part time, I go downtown Brooklyn. I get the kids after school that's on probation and have open cases, and I mentor them.
Okay, nice.
Monday through Friday, if the kids need to go to the hospital, to the dentist, to the dermatologist, to the eye doctor, home visit, to court, I transport them back and forth. I go into the facility to get the kid. I don't actually sit in the facility to deal with them on an all-day basis.
Okay.
But I'm getting ready to transition now, going up to Dobbs Ferry to become a youth counselor up there as well too, a youth specialist. And I also have another job. I have 2 job opportunities I'm getting ready to start. Training is the 28th for one, the other one is the 6th for next month as a community navigator. I'll be dealing with a larger, older population from 21 to 35. It's basically an outreach program where you go out to the community, you get dudes, and you assess these guys, see what they need. If they need help with drugs, we enroll them into a drug program. If they need help with mental health, we enroll them into a mental health situation. Whatever they need, we get them that. Then we also work on employment readiness, which is whatever skills they may need. If they need a GED, if they need the OSHA, if they know how to do a resume, if they need to know how to present themselves at a job interview, how to dress, what to say, what to wear. We do that, and then we also do job placement.
Nice.
When you start reaching out to jobs, listen, yo, we got a guy here that's qualified. He has an OSHA, he has an SST. He's equipped to work on a construction site. You know, you have these slots available, and then we work like that. So that's really my job as a community navigator. But ultimately,
Before you answer that,
yes,
like you said, you've been home since 23.
yes.
What is one of your biggest accomplishments?
That's rough. One of my biggest. I mean, it's so many, man. I'm a simple person, right? Everybody has that perspective, right? You speaking to a dude that was told he's gonna die in prison at the age of 17 years old.
Right.
So something as little as waking up in the morning and getting in my car and to go do a job with my father is priceless. It's priceless.
That's right.
So you speak about accomplishments, like I've been to other countries. I've done a lot of volunteer work. Every Friday I go to a food pantry in the 90s. I unload the trucks for the elderly women that's there because they're older, they can't do that. And I unload the trucks and we stock it up, and on Saturdays they give out the food. I don't be there for that. But I volunteer. I've been to 1,001 rallies when they killed the brother Robin Brooks, Messiah Newton. We was out there protesting. We wasn't out there protesting, officers who never got locked up. To me, I'm gonna be biased. That was my biggest accomplishment. Being able to have boots on the ground.
That's right.
And be able to go out there and speak about the injustice that's going on in the prison system. Because I was subjected to that type of abuse. I got in several altercations when I was in prison with the officers. I don't like assertive authority. I don't like abuse. And especially coming from white people. I'm not a racist. I know my history.
Okay.
So you can't deal with me or handle me in a certain way in that type of environment. I'm going to respond accordingly. If I was around for slavery, I'd have been dead. You probably never know.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at that because I said that one day we was talking about slavery. I said I wouldn't have made the cut. I wouldn't have made the cut. Somebody said, yes, you would have, Queen, because you would have fallen right in order like the rest of everybody else.
I'd have been out back with the other house, with the other yard of slaves, trying to figure out how we can kill these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Once I seen them do something foul with my moms or my sister or something like that, man, I'd have been, okay, listen, this, me and this bond, listen, can you get there and sneak and get a gun, a knife or something, man?
Right, exactly.
Like I said, I don't start no trouble.
Right.
But I ain't gonna allow nobody to abuse me in no form of fashion.
No, not.
And especially that level of abuse. You know, you cutting out babies from a woman's stomach and you making us have sex. I don't try to poison you. So my object would have been getting away. Well, how could I kill you, motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit there and just tolerate that. Nah, I'm not going to do that. So in prison is the same thing, right? Society has now gotten to see what we've been going through for years, right? Because they had footage now what's going on, right? And they have a whole bunch of conversation now about that. But I'm honored to be able to be here, to be a part of that population that was out there in the front line, not in the background, throwing a rock and trying to hide. We out there. To the point where I was so stupid, right? We in front of the Barclays and several of the protesters got locked up. Rennie, Bush, Ramsey, the Reverend Kevin McCall, they all got locked up, right? They were saying something about they jumped the train with KBB. So when I'm coming down the steps, I'm seeing them bring their brothers out in handcuffs. I'm so into the mode of man, lock me up too. And my man was like, nah, nigga, you don't like parole. What was you doing? I'm using that word, but that's exactly what he says. Nah, man, what the fuck is you doing? But I mean, you better get the fuck out of here.
Right.
And then it clicked in my brain. Oh shit, man, you bugging.
Right.
But I was so into the mood because I'm passionate about that.
Right.
I was like, man, fuck, lock me up too. Like, why are you locking us up for protesting to lock up the police who killed somebody on TV? Yeah. We gotta have protesting action on to lock the police up who killed somebody, and you locking us up? Right. Well, lock me up too, because I ain't doing nothing wrong. He said, no, bro, you bugging the fuck out, man, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. So I had to go up there, and then my lawyer was calling, like, oh, what are you doing? Get away from that. I said, listen, bro, I have a problem with running. Reason being is I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm not committing no crime. They killed the man on TV. That could have been me. How can I just sit and don't say nothing? What am I doing wrong? Right. I'm exercising my First Amendment right, and I'm protesting. What's the problem with that? But that was one of my like aha moments. Like, yo, you can't do that. Thank you. But I would say that was my biggest accomplishment because I was able to assist the brothers that was in the environment and expose a system that had never been exposed before. They've been killing us for years inside prison. Yeah. I'm not talking figuratively. I'm talking about literally killing us. Yeah. You hear the brother went out there, you hear a couple of commotions, you don't see that brother no more. Like, well, they transferred him. It's been 5 years. Me and hear about Queen. Yeah. Where Queen been at? Right. Yeah. Man, they killed Queen. Man, 5 years ago. Well, man, they told me they transferred him. Yeah. Yeah. So we witnessed that, but there was never no camera. So now when they got the cameras, I was just honored to be a part of that crew, part of that family, that we all collectively got together and said, whoa, not on our watch. Not on our watch. So I would think that was one of my biggest accomplishments because I was able to do something out here, but also help change the conditions inside there. Okay. I think that was one of my biggest accomplishments, amongst a whole bunch of other ones, man. Like I said, just waking up in the morning, just being able to provide a space for my mother. She lives in Georgia, and she lives in Georgia, and when she comes to New York, I have a room for her. Got a 2-bedroom apartment. Nice. So when she comes here, yo, ma, your room right here. Got a bed for her. I gotta get her my TV mounted. I got a TV up. She a TV. But this is how real it is. I love it. But the thing with that though is that I got a big TV in the living room. I don't watch TV. So she be in there all day long talking to the TV, whatever she want to do. Like that's her house. You know, honestly, I'm never there. I'm always working or I'm trying to figure something out. And if I am there, I'm in my room. And that's another thing too to bring you back to some of the impact prison has on us, right? And isolation. So I had to tell my mom that, Mom, if I'm in the house with you and I'm not talking, it has nothing to do with you. Right? That's just my way of coping, right? Gotcha. My way of, because you need that sometimes. Yes. You're out there in the world, you're working 16-hour shifts and You're going through silly drivers and the dudes that's driving the bikes and they all in your lane. You ready to kill everybody in your head.
Yeah.
When you get in the house, you just want to be like, you know what?
Right.
I just need to just,
Your
I don't want to
peace.
hear nothing.
There you go.
I go in my room, you know, and I just, and then I come out. I said, no, I had nothing to do with you. This is how I was able to cope all these years, having these conversations in my head. Right, but damn, how could you have done that better? Don't pay that no mind. But if that happens again, and that's important because I think what we do to, and just that we do to ourselves, we're not having those conversations. When incidents occur, we become impulsive, right? We react. We don't respond.
Yes.
The difference between reacting and responding is reacting is instantly. Responding is processing.
There you go. That's
Well, she
true.
just said something crazy to me. If I slap her head off, I might go to jail. You know what? Like, that's responding.
That's right.
Reacting is you do something, you do something back. Now you find yourself in a situation.
Yes.
So for me, that's a great practice for me, and I would encourage anybody, right, to always use a respond process. Have these conversations in your head. Don't wait for something to happen and then figure out how you're going to respond to that. Start making up scenarios in your head, right? And I'm going to give you another example. When I was inside, I read a newspaper. It was an 82-year-old lady on the train. I don't know where she was going. She was on the train, I can't remember the whole story. And somebody punched her in her face, a dude.
Yeah.
My man came in busy, man. I said, yo, bro, do me a favor, please, man. If you got it, just see me, give me a hoopty, man. I could drive, I know how to drive before I got locked up, and I'm gonna get my joint within 60 days. I'm gonna get my joint. I can't get on the train, bro.
Right. No, I hear you.
If I'm there and I see that, this is when I'm being honest with you. I'm real with myself.
Right.
There is no response process in my brain. That's straight reaction.
Reaction, yeah.
I'm on the train, an old lady on the train, you just punch her in the face. I'm not pulling out my phone recording. I'm gonna try to whip your ass, do it with my ass.
There you go.
I'd rather you beat up on me than beat up on her.
That's true.
So that was something I said, you know what? I can't get on the train. If I don't see it, I'm cool with it. Right. If I see it, I just, so, and I cultivated that. I was able to get me a car, or I was able to have access to cars as soon as I was released. Once I got my driver's license, within 40 days, I was home. Nice. Passport, I got everything. It was in order. Somebody helped me with all that stuff. But it was. I got everything. But I was able to move around where I wanted to because I didn't want to be subjected to seeing certain things. I just couldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
Let me ask. This is going to be my final question to you. If you had to tell the youth something for us not getting in trouble, what would your message be to the youth? Because you see they wilding, they killing up each other. You understand what I'm saying? So what would be a message you want to give to the youth?
So with the youth, right, to a degree, I understand them and I don't understand them. The reason being is because we speak about these kids not having no respect, right? What we fail to understand is that they could only have what they was taught. If they wasn't taught respect, how do you expect them to have respect for anybody? So most of their parents is actually their homies. They're in the same clubs with them. They're in the same, out there doing the same things, right? Because it's kids raising kids, right? And then you may have some parents that was actually drug addicts. So you have a product of crack babies, drug babies. A lot of these kids is already addicted at 10 years old because they already have those chemicals going through their bodies. So there's a lot of possible with the kids. But what I would say to them is that if nothing else, you don't have to touch the stove, understand the stove is hot. What I mean by that is that you have individuals like myself and other people who have already experienced what they experienced at a young age. If they sharing that story with you, they sharing with you, don't take it as they're trying to intimidate you, they're trying to impress you, or they're trying to, whatever the kid, what you may think in your brain. Take it as, what could I learn from this old time? What could I learn from this brother who's been through what I've been through before? Because a lot of them think that they're smarter than us. But I always tell these kids that I work with, I was 16, I was 15, 16, 17, 18. You was never 51. You gotta get to 51.
You have to get there, absolutely.
If you can get to 20.
Yeah.
Because when I was a kid, I didn't think 20 was like, if I get that, get there. You know?
Right.
So I never had, I'm never the one to be phony, be like, or biased, or just a hypocrite to be like, these kids. When I was a kid, I ain't seen no 20.
Right, yeah.
I got homies that got killed at 15 years old.
Yes, oh yeah.
And it wasn't a mistake. It was literally
Right.
shot 15 times, one got shot 19 times. It was unintentional. I had a female friend got shot in the head twice, point blank range, intentionally. So this is what I was subjected to as a kid. So just to survive that, I'm here with it.
There you go.
To survive my 31 years in prison, I'm here with it.
That's right.
To be able to get up and function in society where I'm functioning now, I'm okay with it, right? So I will hope that the kids that I work with, or any kids that hear this message, right, you don't have to go through that. The streets ain't shit. The streets don't give a fuck about you or none of that. They will tell you everything. The bro code and all of that shit. When you go to prison, it's going to be your grandmother, your mother, and your baby mother. That's going to be coming to visit you. None of the people you was running the streets with, none of the people you was gang with, they're going to be your biggest supporters. All the people who told you that bullshit about the code and all that shit, they're not going to be there. So my opinion to you is, if you have any type of sense, leave that shit alone. But again, like I said, I'm not going to be fake. I understand what it is to, this I went through as a kid. We poor. We go to the store and get one soda. It's 5 of us. You know what we used to do with that one soda?
Yeah.
And we share that.
Yeah.
That establishes a bond, and people that never been through that could never understand that. So I can understand these kids that's dealing with gangs. If their mother's on drugs, their father's in prison, or they don't really have no parents, their grandmother's too old to actually keep an eye on them, and guess what? They're hungry. But here I come, neighborhood drug dealer. You want something to eat? Go to a Chinese restaurant and get you something to eat. Want you eat some sneakers? My loyalty would be to him. If I die, I die. This dude done fed me. He done clothed me.
Yeah.
So I understand that. I'm never going to be the dude to be like, yo, these kids, I get it. I was there. Not to the degree that they're on now, because I was raised with respect. I was taught respect. These kids was never taught that. So how you can't expect them to have something they never was taught. They don't even know what respect is. They don't know.
But you know what? Some of them, okay, let me play devil advocate for a minute. You have some that was raised on respect. You know what I'm saying? But they choose to go a different way.
It's not just also, it's not just so choice. It's also peer pressure, right? So different from us growing up as kids, right? We wore because of what? Because we seen Mike with it, we seen Tisha with it, we seen Tanya with it. We didn't have our own. You had some kids that still like, I ain't man that. And those kids was bullied. Those kids were considered to be weird. So now you have these kids, if everybody's doing this, these are my peers, I'm doing it. So they may have a level of respect, but because they out here wild, I'm out here wild too. They may get slapped in the back when they get in the house, but guess what? While they out here in the streets with their friends, they go do what their friends are doing. So you gotta look at the overall picture. If you have 100 doing the worst things and only 2 doing the good things, they're gonna be influenced by the worst things. It's sad, and it's because our people, and I'm personally concerned with it. And I don't want to be the dude again from the background just talking about these kids, right? I said, let me get up from here and see if I can help these kids. I'm gonna get a job there with them. Is it frustrating? Yes. Do I want to kill some of them? Yes. In my head, I ain't gonna kill them physically. Yes. Because again, if you wired a certain way, you subjected to all them kids. I did 31 years in prison. I ain't the level of disrespect I got from these kids, I never got when I was in prison amongst real gangsters and murderers. I've been here with kids that's 15 years old told me, yo, SMD, you was a bitch. I just laugh. I'm like, yo, you crazy when you were a kid, you didn't even know me, sure. So now I used to find ways, I make humor now. I wreck them, catch wreck on them, you know, and then I just start making them do push-ups or whatever the case be. I don't take it personal. The only thing I told you, I'm being honest, I can't do that spitting in my bed.
I don't think a lot of us can.
I mean, you know,
I don't even think we ever been incarcerated and say, I'm not tolerating nobody spitting in my face.
I'm catching the ACS case, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, I'll be honest with you, man. I hate to say this on camera. They probably say,
no, it's the truth. And there's a lot of people out here right now know doggone well. If somebody spit in your face, man, listen, you're going to become a whole new different animal. I can guarantee you that, because that's the most disgustingest thing you can ever do to someone. Spit in their face.
I'm here to help the kids, but I'm here to help myself too, man. I can do that.
That's true. That's true. But anyway, this was very interesting.
Yes.
I appreciate you taking the time out to come to the Queen's Lounge.
Yes.
You know, yeah, I want you to know I'm proud of you.
I appreciate that.
You understand what I'm saying to you? I look at you and say, for you to have done your 31 years and to come out to mentor these kids, to try to keep them on a straight path, I commend you for that. Because some people just like, I ain't got time for that. I just got to get my life back in order and this and that and the third.
I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? I would have hoped that, I would have somebody that had a stern, that was stern, that can have got a grip on me, right? And then if we don't do it, who's gonna do it, right? So we can sit there and complain about the kids all day long. They're in our community. Ain't nobody else's community, right? And but I always tell people, right, when they be like, how do my kids run? I said, what you feel understand, right? The kids gotta go to school. Yeah. They gotta go to the park. They gotta go to the basketball game. They gotta go to the mall. You know what they go fuck around and run into? These same kids that you trying to avoid and neglect. So why not at least try to get a grip on them, get to know their name, get to know identity. So you see around the kid, what you doing? Come here. Yeah. You can do something. If you don't have no type of communication with them, what do you do is sit from the sidelines and hope? What if you have a daughter that's 15 years old? You can't control who your daughter likes or who she or you can't tell a kid nothing at that age, 15, 16 years old. Yeah. So now here is the same boy you see in the terrorist neighborhood. You come on work one day, guess who's on your couch? That boy. That boy. Yeah. Yeah. That ain't my problem, that was your problem. Because you messing with your daughter now. Yeah. And your daughter don't want to hear no, you can't mess with this boy. Well, I don't like him, I don't want to hear nothing. Next you know she's sneaking off with this boy here, and now your daughter's in trouble. Yeah. So it becomes all of our responsibility. Whatever you can do to help these kids. Even if it's just a word, because again, like, I understand that we have to protect our peace, we have to protect ourselves. But we have to be able to do something. A lot of us, we're not cowards. So if we're not cowards, shit, still listen, what you doing, little bro? Come here for a minute, man. Because some of you could approach them. Yeah. Some of it's kind of too far gone, right? But some of you could approach. Yeah. But they want to be able to look in your eyes and see you really care about them. Yeah. A lot of shit they be doing is acting out. Yeah. They really not like that. They just want to know. I'm gonna share one more thing with a little kid told me that. I ain't mentioned no name, right? That messed me up. This kid used to always give staff pushback all day long. Or for just pushback. So one day, I'm on the same I'm kicking with you, I kick it with them. All pick it brand. He sat there one day, he was sitting there, he said, yo, I'm gonna use words that I don't use, but I'm speaking plain. He said, yo, I don't trust you old niggas. He said, I don't trust you old niggas. He said, every old motherfucker came used to beat my ass, beat my mother ass. I don't trust you motherfucker. Trauma. I almost cried. Because he was sincere about that. Yeah. You know, for him to be that age and be able to be that transparent, vulnerable amongst other people, it was like, damn, bro. So now it's like, I understand why you give us that push. Before I was like, yo, what's up with this little dude? But I get it. And I was able to tell others, like, yo, don't take this kid that way because he's like that because, especially with Mel, because he been through some shit at a young age. If you don't explain to this kid what's going on, and all you know is older dudes beating his mother ass and beating his ass, why the fuck will he listen to you? Yeah. Why? Yeah. So don't personalize it if he give you that type of pushback. Try to get to understand why and bridge that gap and have a conversation with him or show him, yo, you can trust me, I'm not like that, whatever you can do. Because we adults now, right? If we can't come up with ways to convince a 15 or 16, then we the stupid motherfuckers as adults, or we failed as adults. If you can't have a conversation with it, again, some of them is gone, right? You gotta have a high tolerance level, but some of them can still be reached if you just have conversations and understand why they're where they are. Me and that dude when I'm getting mad type little kid. That's good. Because I was able to meet him where he's at. Okay, I get it now. Yeah. He don't trust us, but guess what? That's in me, bro. Right. I don't come in with that. This is my thing. Here go both to read. Let's work out. Right. What you would do when you go home? Now think about this right here. Go get your GED, man. You doing good in school, bro. Yo, listen. If you take this test right now, you get the certification for electrical. I'm gonna bring you some pizza. There you go. So I don't reward good behavior. I don't reward bad behavior. But it was something for me to be able to do with them, but he could trust me. It wasn't like, I ain't getting nothing from you, so I don't need nothing from you. I'm trying to help you. Everything I'm giving you is for you. Now, I don't want nothing. If you go home in the morning, see what you did, you ain't got to say nothing to me. As long as I know I helped you, I'm content with that. That's it. So, but it's so much, man, that I know I still have to do, right? And I'm God's willing, as long as I keep on waking up in the morning, I'll continue to keep on doing what I have to do, man. Because I didn't pray to get here just to be here, right? You saw our brother that prayed to get here, and it's like, no offense, and I hate it, you might just stay where you was at. And you'll come out here and you don't know what you will do while I'm back in there, because now what happens is you hindering other dudes that's waiting to get an opportunity to come here. Society will say, wow, let him out because the last dude, I don't know that dude. Keep his ass in there too, you know what I'm saying? So my thing is, if you go come out here and you don't have a game plan, wait till you got a game plan to come out here. Don't come out here because, again, there's other people that's deserving of opportunity to get here, and you may mess up the opportunity because of something you did. It may change your whole law. It may shut the doors on brothers. So me personally, I'm moving as an example of what redemption looks like, what a second chance looks like, right? We're saying, yo, look at this guy case. He had the same time I had, man. Listen, that's a death sentence, 75 years, 50 years.
Yeah.
He's just like me. Give him a shot. Look what I knows I got a shot.
That's
I'm going to Crossroads volunteering. I'm going to Rising volunteering. I'm a youth counselor. I'm a volunteer. This is what I'm doing with my freedom. Give somebody a shot. And we in our communities, you know what I'm saying? So give us a shot. This is what I'm doing. I ain't commit no crime. I don't know crime with. I'm good with crime. I ain't want to watch crime on TV. I'm dead ass serious. I'm past that. I live there. I don't live to watch that shit. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I want to look at comedy. I'm dead ass serious. I want to look at comedy. I told them, you driving, but they fighting. I don't want to see them fight, bro. I didn't see, you know how many fights I done seen? I'm good on the fight side. You know, I don't know what's going to come with that. You over there looking at the financial, somebody pull out a gun, and you innocent bystander. I'm good, but I'm going this way. Call me what you want. Yeah, certain soft. Yeah, I'm all over me. I'm definitely soft. Yeah, don't get it twisted. But guess what? My soft ass will stay free. Call it what you want. You get intentional macho wizard. Nah, I'm a gangster. Yeah, bro. They got a cage for you. I'm not going back in there. I'm good money.
You said they got a cage for him. That's right.
Listen, one thing America don't run out of is cells. They got a whole bunch of cells for motherfuckers. You want to do it? And guess what? They don't got enough room. Know what they do? They'll double bunk you. They'll put you on the top. In California, they got 3 beds in a space. 3 beds. So,
man, listen.
You think it's a game you want to. They find room for you. Or you sleep on the floor.
They gonna find us, yeah.
They'll find room for you.
Wow. Like I said, live and direct from the Queen's Lounge. Live and direct. I hope this reaches someone so they can be able to go in the straight and narrow. Oh man, this was deep. I'm gonna be honest with you, Fran. This is really deep.
I used back.
Okay. Go on.
You said live and direct, right?
Well, listen. The Queen's Lounge, live and direct. My guest told me he got to go to the restroom, and I'm like, okay. Listen, this is how we giving it up.
I was trying to hold it.
Oh, I love it. I love it because oh man, I love it. Yeah, I love it. So with that being said, guys, I want to thank those who tuned in today. You know, and I hope that this message reaches someone so they can be able to stay on the straight and narrow line. Just walk a straight line. It's hard, but like my man said, 31, he was supposed to be doing life, and by the grace of God, he had a second chance, and he's taking full advantage of that second chance. And I'm proud of him. I'm so very proud of him to take the time out to mentor the youth, because it's needed. It is so needed.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah. I drink water all day long, man, so I got the leak. I got to go, man. I had to cut this short. She said it's live and direct. She wanted the bloopers. She wanted everything, so I'm unapologetic about that. I had to use the bathroom, man. I'm back, though.
I love it. Like I said, with that being said, I want to thank you guys for tuning into the Queen's Lounge. And like I said, come sit on my couch. Let's talk about it. Let's be about it.
And it's therapeutic. Believe it or not, man, when you allowed to discuss certain things and get certain things out of you, man, it's therapeutic, man. Holding that stuff in there you have sometimes is not good. So being able to speak and get it out of your system, man, is a form of therapy. So it's definitely good, especially when you ask certain questions and it brings you back to your childhood. It brings you back to certain things you're comfortable talking about it. It's very relieving. It's therapeutic. So I would recommend that, if you just want to speak, and it's not scripted, it's not, there's no one particular topic. She just shoot her shots and we just kick it like, just a regular conversation, man, So I would recommend, if you just have something you want to get off your chest, something you want to reveal, if you have a company, a business. I didn't speak on my businesses yet, right? But that'd probably be another time.
You'll be back.
About relationships, about the way of the world, about parenting. Like, I can go on for days, but if you want to come on here and just speak about something and get some type of exposure, come out, man. Support, man. Come out, support, man. And, you know, there's a platform is available for you, man, and just vent, just speak, man. So I would encourage anybody who has anything to offer in the world, come on here and just, you know, kick it.
That's right. We kicking it at the
That's
Queen's Lounge.
Not scripted.
No, never
No
that.
premeditated questions, no nothing, no, just come on here and just from the hip.
From the hip. And I love it like that. Love it. So once again, I'm going to let my audience go back to doing what they doing, enjoying Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday out there. I know what it is.
Yeah.
So love is love. Subscribe to the Queen's Lounge, QUEENZ Lounge. Come on, y'all. Let's go. Love is love, and I will talk to you guys later.
Deuces.
They said deuces.